Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Moon, and today we're going to be continuing part 3 of Slash Reality. So let's see if we actually start going into the Slash Reality right now. I could say something encouraging about computer science. I used to think I was bad at math, but then I realized I was actually really good at logic, and that was more important. Oh, whoops. Wow, I didn't realize this was a career building opportunity. Sure, why not? People put all kinds of crazy stuff in their resumes these days. I hear people put Realms achievements on their resumes. That's hilarious. Hey Lilia, you could do that. You could be one of those best Realm players out there, right? No way. I'm sure there's loads of people way better than me. But your party's totally Realms famous. Oh yeah? What party? The Ventures, led by me, Banbo. Oh, I've heard of them. This is weird and embarrassing. I feel like a celebrity or something. Are they actually impressed, or do they just think I'm a freak? Sorry for the wait, everyone. We're ready for you now. It's happening. They're finally ready. Briefing starting now. Live chat us. Send pics. Good luck, Lil. Be safe. Alright, let's see how sketchy this guy is. And that is why you're here. To test the Penta and the Vitalia simulation with a large number of players over a long period of time. I will accompany you within simulation. Other members of Enterments may join us to observe. You will take regular breaks from meals and to gather your feedback over the next 3 days. If there are any questions, ask them now, and I'll go over the safety briefing. What are the risks involved? I'm about to address those in a safety briefing. Are there any questions not related to safety? Wow, that was kind of harsh. Why is he so grumpy? Isn't he happy we're here? That's right. I don't trust this guy either. Look at his mean mug. What kind of simulation is Vitalia exactly? I played the prototype briefly back at SingingCon. Will it be like that? Vitalia is a simple simulation. There's not much gameplay yet. It will seem similar to the prototype, but the technology has been improved in subtle ways you may or may not notice. Other questions? Is it true you basically coded the entire Penta on your own? The code base was created by me, but I had support from the Interments team, and there has been plenty of prior research in this field. I have a question about that. Yes? Did you read the University of Oslo's paper about neural interfaces? It came out about a year ago. It mentioned consulting with a doctor for safety reasons. Oh, whoops. Yes. A fascinating read, but the Penta was derived from an entirely different substructure, so it's only tangentially related. Other questions? So did you consult with a doctor? Do you have a release time for the Penta? One question at a time, please. We are aiming for a simultaneous release of the Penta technology in the Vitalia simulation by next autumn. Anything else? He seems in a hurry to get through this, like he doesn't want to be talking to us. I'm curious how you got into this, Mr. Lessard. I mean, I heard you have a degree from MIT, but how'd you decide to do this? Just wake up one day and decide to make cutting-edge VR tech? That's definitely the face of someone that doesn't want to deal with anyone else. This is me, probably, every day. How did I decide to make the Penta? Well, like many of you, I assume virtual reality has always been deeply fascinating to me. This is okay, blushing. I've been interested in worlds like Vitalia since I was a young child. As I grew older and my skills developed, I realized my true calling was to share these worlds with others. Weird, he's stumbling over his words all of a sudden. He was so confident before. What about... That's all the time we have at the moment. Let's go over the safety precautions before we begin. Didn't we already sign a long liability agreement before we agreed to come here? Yeah, and that thing even talked about the possibility of brain damage and stuff. What? Are you serious? I didn't actually read the whole thing. Too long didn't read right out. There's a few things I need to brief you on. This will cover the most essential points of the liability agreement, if anyone didn't read it as carefully as I should have. First of all, the Penta is not like any other virtual reality devices. Other devices present real outside stimuli to your senses for them to interpret, in the same way you'd normally experience the world. But the Penta will manipulate your brainwaves, fooling your senses into believing they're receiving stimuli that are not truly there. That's the kind of shit that sounds scary. Max is looking at her phone. Is she not paying attention? She was the one asking about safety earlier. For all intents and purposes, your mind will be existing in another world, a world of virtual stimuli. Well, yeah, that's kind of the definition of neural virtual technology, isn't it? Oh, I guess she was listening after all. With this type of experience, there can be an initial shock to your senses, especially with this latest build of the Penta as opposed to the prototype versions. Lesser ignored Max's comment. This is called immersion shock. Be prepared to feel disoriented, dizzy, or slightly ill at first. That should pass within the first few moments. Secondly, if the immersion shock does not pass quickly, or if anything at all feels wrong, log out immediately. Do not attempt to endure it. You will not be able to physically remove the headset while immersed, but the Penta features advanced thought recognition. Simply desire to be logged out and you will be. Eep, Ben is staring at me, instead of Lessard. Oh, he looked away. But why? I was doing something weird? I'm just sitting there. Thought recognition? If necessary, I can force log out anyone, but the logout command does not come from the user. It can lead to reverse immersion shock. Reverse immersion shock? It's what it sounds like. Returning to reality can also surprise your senses once you become accustomed to Vitalia, but it's not a concern if the user is prepared for it. How do you get prepared for it? If you've chosen to log yourself out, you will obviously be prepared for it. Lastly, this is the most important thing I will say to you today. Do not leave the starting island. The starting island is a very large area, more sufficient to occupy your time over the next 3 days. You may see bridges to other islands. Do not cross them. They lead to areas that are buggy and dangerous. I'm calling it now, they're gonna leave the starting island. The dangers can inflict damage on your sensory systems or brain. What'd I tell you? Oh my god. Elias looks kinda dumbfounded. Did he not realize that this could be risky? You were about to do something that does have a risk of danger, if no more so than the most adventurous activities, such as skiing. If anyone wishes to opt out of the testing, now is the time. I'm not sure. I will give you 5 minutes to think it over one last time. How dangerous is it really? Like, real talk. We have had excellent results testing the Penta so far. I personally spend a large amount of time in Vitalia. Did Lesser just glare at me? No, what am I thinking? I'm just imagining things. Why am I paying so much attention to everyone? Get it together, Leia. You wanted to try Neural Rehab forever. Focus on why you're here. But this is not like other gaming systems. You need to decide whether you're willing to take this risk. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hey. Lesser is something, huh? Yeah, not what I was expecting, actually. He's so uninterested? Yeah. I mean, we came all this way. You'd think he'd be a little excited or something. Maybe he's just antisocial. He's apparently some kind of computer genius. Isn't that the stereotype? I guess. By the way he talked about brain damage, it's like he didn't particularly care if anything did happen to us. I'm sure that's not true. Probably just a normal attitude. I'm going to flick through this chat a little bit. It's been 5 minutes. What do you wish to do? Not going home at this point. I'm in. I'm up for it. Yeah, I'm in too. It's a little freaky, but I'd so regret it if I backed out now. Very well. Please lie back and relax. Put on your headsets. Exal will be around to make sure they're fitting properly. And try not to be overly excited at this point. Elevated adrenaline levels can make the immersion shock more intense. Heh, try not to be excited. Might as well ask us to not be human. Man, this would actually be really cool if it wasn't dangerous and scary, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like if I was able to go into a VR world like this, like, how could you ever go back to reality? You know what I'm saying? Gosh. You made Penta for the very purpose, to bring others in. I know, I just wish I didn't have to do this. Wait. Is that an alien cat? What's going on here? If only I could run away from it all. Stay in Vitalia forever. Forever in the place where I feel most at home. Most wanted. Most right. You could stay. Impossible. Why? Because. I can't just... I have no choice. If there's any chance it will fix things, I must see this through. Otherwise... I've come this far. I need to finish this. Maybe finally I will see some results. That is more important than anything. If it's more important than anything, then just do it. Yeah. Ugh. I just wish it wasn't so detestable. Why do I need to share this? Vitalia is mine. Is it? It's all I have, besides money. You know that, Kumori. And you believe there's no other way? I know there's no other way. All my research, all these years, you know I've been living and breathing this since I met you. Since I was, I don't know, 7 years old? This is the only way. I know I need to do this, but I also hate that I need to do it. That makes no sense. What's wrong with me, Kumori? Various answers to that question are possible. The most likely is that at some level you're not as certain of yourself as you claim. You worry that all will fail and that your life's work will be wasted. Jake, we need you. We've solved as long as possible. I'm doing one final check, but then you really need to get out there. I'll be out in a moment, just running one last multi-sim. The testers are waiting. I should go. Yet here you remain, talking to me. Do you believe that if you avoid meeting them, they are less real? That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, do I need to explain? No, I understand your meaning. I was simply expressing surprise by repeating you. Oh? Consider this. To believe that things you have not yet experienced aren't real. There is logic in that. Is it not crazier to trust things that you have not perceived in fact exist? I don't know. I don't have patience for your nonsense right now, Kumori. No? Then why are you speaking to me? You know this sort of puzzle is my favorite thing. It's not a puzzle. I need to bury these thoughts and be Mr. Lessard. Genius programmer. Entrepreneur. Calculating scientist. Good luck, Mr. Lessard. The safety briefing is done. They are about to arrive. Do you all know what you're supposed to be doing? Yes, I do. Don't let the twerps cross the bridges. Ancient witness, my bridge will never be breached. Right. But please be polite. Only use force if absolutely necessary. That's your wish, Master Jacob. And don't call me Master for a while. That might sound weird. How long specifically is a while? Until I tell you otherwise. Very well, Jacob. We are pleased to be of service of you. Speak for yourself, Umi. Personally, I can think of many things that would please me more than perching here, babysitting human things. Ko, must you always be so disagreeable? Oh, stop your tiresome twittering, Ko. I'm sure I'd rather be skimming over life looking for whites to play with, but this is for Master Jacob. Have some loyalty, fussy fowl. I am more loyal than you could ever hope to be, fire thing. Pompous roach eater. Akatsuki, Ko, can you focus? I've asked you to do a job. Are you prepared? Thoroughly. Better believe it. Yes, Jacob. This is ridiculous. We've only had a more reliable way to stop them from crossing the damn bridges. Whoa, things are spinning. I can barely see. Hey, you okay? This is not like the prototype at all. I feel sick. I don't feel too awesome myself. Look at this! Alright guys, we're gonna stop it here before it gets too long, but obviously we're gonna be exploring the world of Italia in the next one. If you have any questions about this game, go ahead and leave them down below. If you'd like to, go ahead and leave a like for this video, I'd really appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more content on Otome games, other games, walkthroughs, and reviews, go ahead and subscribe to my channel to join the Moon Cult. And I'll see you in the next one because my voice is losing. Bye.